Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hidayatun Salim, and today I would like to present a summary of prototype theory and its application. In order to complete the semantic final test, my name is Hidayatun Salim. I am from 06 SIGP 007 from room V561. And here's the table of content of my presentation. The first one is traditional model of categorization. The second one is prototype theory and its critique. The third one is hierarchical organization of categories. The fourth is polarization and vagueness and means of differentiation is the fourth one. The fifth one. And the sixth is the example, and the last one is a conclusion. Traditional model of categorization. Well, the traditional model of categorization is a prototype theory proposed a departure from the traditional Aristotelian logic of defining categories by necessary and sufficient conditions. Instead, PT suggests that categories are defined by prototypes, idealized examples that embody the most typical characteristic of a category. These prototypes serve as a mental benchmark against which other members of the category are evaluated. For example, when we think of the category fruit, we often envision prototypical fruits like apples or bananas, which are typical in shape, taste, and function, as compared to less typical examples like durian or jackfruit. The prototype theory and its critique. The prototype theory is the traditional model of categorization based on necessary and sufficient condition, NSC provides precise definition, but it is often criticized for its rigidity and inability to account for the complexities of human categorization. According to NSC, a category like woman is defined by meeting specific criteria such as being human, female, and adult. While this model offers clarity, it oversimplifies the diversity within categories and fails to capture how humans perceive and classify objects based on the typical examples. The critique for this prototype theory is while prototype theory is kind of innovative, but has faced some criticism for its inability to fully explain the clear boundaries and binary nature of many semantic categories. Observed in language, PT emphasizes graded membership and fuzzy boundaries, while sometimes conflict with the polarized nature of language where statements are either true or false. Critics argue that PT overlooks hierarchical structure with categories and the importance of basic level categories, such as dog, within the broader category like animal. Well, the next one is the hierarchical organization of categories. Contrary to PT's emphasis on prototype, categories on human cognition are often organized hierarchically based. Basic level categories like dog are preferred because they are simple, commonly used, and share common features based on our interaction with their members. Subordinate categories such as animal and subordinate categories such as poodle illustrate this hierarchical structure where basic level categories hold cognitive efficiency and linguistic prominence due to their everyday relevance. The next one is the polarization and vagueness in language. Language operates on a binary system of true or false statement known as polarization, which contrasts with PT views of graded membership. Despite this, language effectively manages the inherent vagueness of concepts like big or tall through linguistic tools such as hedges, kind of, sort of, and quantification. Many these tools allows speakers to navigate the flexibility of category boundaries and communicate effectively despite the uncertainty inherent in the word. The next one is means of differentiation. Linguistic mechanisms for differentiation play a crucial role in refining categorization beyond prototypes. H are quantifiers modify the certainty of statements, accommodating the flexibility of category boundaries. For instance, saying some fruits are sweet acknowledges variability within the category fruit, reflecting nuanced understanding beyond strict prototypes and allowing for more accurate communication of concepts that don't really fit neatly into prototype categories. Well, I having an example of the prototype in daily life. Well, the prototypical bird is robin. When people think of a bird, many envision a robin. This is because robin possess features that are commonly associated with birds. They can fly, they have feathers, they sing, and they are of a size and a shape that is easily recognizable as a bird-like. Well, for the less prototypical bird is penguin. Penguin are birds but do not fit the typical image many people have when they think of a bird. Penguins cannot fly and they have a very different body shape and behavior compared to robin. Therefore, they are less prototypical of the bird category. And the less prototypical bird is ostrich. Ostrich are another example of birds that are less prototypical. They are very large, cannot fly, and have unique behavior that set them apart from the more common image of a bird. Here comes the conclusion. Prototype theory has significantly advanced for our understanding of categorization by highlighting the role of prototype and the graded structure of categories. However, its limitation explaining clear boundaries and binary membership in semantic categories necessitate is a nuanced approach that integrates the inherent ambiguity of concept with linguistic tools for differentiation, recognizing the hierarchical organization of categories with basic level category playing a pivotal role, underscored the importance of precise categorization in human cognition and language. As we navigate the semantic complexities, as I navigate the complexities, language proves instrumental in capturing the nuance of human thought and communication, offering a robust framework of understanding our dynamic relationship with the world. Well, while prototype theory enriches our comprehension of categorization process, its integration with other cognitive and linguistic insight is crucial for a comprehensive understanding of human semantic abilities and the complex ways in which we organize the interpret of our environment. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.